Hello everybody, welcome to the Chillz.
Boys.
What's good?
Grab a beer and listen along. Alright, we got a
little bit
special.
late on the sip there, right?
Slightly. We got a special.
I didn't realize we were doing this in choreography.
What do you mean?
We all take the sip at the same
Doesn't
time.
really
It
make
all
a
has to be in
difference.
unison.
Anyways,
No, we're not that kind of show.
we have a special guest today. Marshall.
He finally showed up!
He said he was going to be on.
After like 6 years! Except we haven't been on the air for 6 years.
Now that was the most awkward handshake I've ever had in my life.
There we go.
When someone grabs the back of your hand, don't trust them.
There you go.
You should do the Russian thing. No, George, that's not the Russian thing.
Okay.
Once. And no, we gotta look at each other like dead in the eyes. Okay, we don't bonk heads. Okay, let's do this again.
I'm pretty sure you don't grunt either.
No, you do, you do. You like grunt once.
Had a bad childhood, you just gotta get it out with a handshake.
Okay. Anyways, back to the show. After 50 minutes of grunting and whatever we were doing there.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna talk about the Leafs and the sports.
Oh god, the Leafs.
And how bad they're doing. We have lost.
Why do we even bring up this topic? It's a useless topic.
Because
I think we shouldn't talk about the Leafs because they're pretty useless.
They
have
suck
been useless
right now.
Since about 2009, 2008.
Hello. Welcome to the Chillz.
Hello, chap. Hello, Gobbler.
It's the British version of the Chillz this week.
No.
Hello, Gobbler.
You get to watch the Queen take a
Where
shot.
are the drugs going?
No. Continue from where we left off.
This will be the real episode of the Queen taking a royal shite.
Where did we leave off?
Oh yeah. Okay, you guys ready?
Nobody knew what kind of magic spell to use.
Are you
George, I'm in the corner.
I know that.
Can you like move? Oh wait, Marshall's not basically.
He's gonna move
You
over.
suck at this.
You son of a bitch! I'm not even in the frame.
George, move this back.
Guys, it don't have to worry too much because on the screen it extends.
It does not extend, you dick.
Wait, then you're cutting me off more.
Gun show, gun show.
That's why I hate this camera.
Okay, that's
got a
good.
tattoo,
That's
bitch.
good. That's good. We get
Black on
Marshall.
my arm.
And then we get
They
you.
got your Venom pictures. Okay.
Marshall, are you happy with that, or do you feel like you need to move in?
I feel like I need you guys to slide over. You turn it a little bit.
Okay, there you go.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Are you
I remember
inside?
on the camera it extends out.
Are you happy that you're in the? Can you? Are you?
I need to like almost intrude.
Are you
Okay.
fine?
This is gonna be 5 hours.
Are you fine with this shot?
I'm fine.
Good. All right,
Okay.
let's go.
3.
What were we talking about before?
We're going into women's.
Fuck, I look huge, man. I look huge in that camera. Holy cow, I'm like blowing up.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, and we have another topic for you guys. It is Women's Day.
It's Women's International Day.
Yeah,
No, it's International Women's Day.
Women's International.
No, it's
Women's
International Women's Day.
Days International
Like,
Women's Day.
International Women's Day.
Days
But-
National Women's Days.
Shut! How retarded are you? International Women's Day.
International Days Women's. Women's Days International. So, welcome to Day.
International Women's Day.
Welcome to Days In of Women's.
No, what? I did not tell him to say this stuff.
Welcome to the Chillz, guys. Anyways,
They know we've been doing this.
It's
for
your
60
boy
minutes.
Marshall, folks, and I'm gonna bring it back to
it's
you.
International Women's
on the
Day,
Chillz.
okay?
Yes.
But what we're going to talk about today is the hardships of men, their trials, their tribulations as far as dating goes. Now, when we're put in this position, it's pretty damn awkward. And let me tell you something. We're put in the position of having to go and ask people on dates, because how often do girls ask guys on dates? Not
0.
very.
1%.
Apparently every 4 months, or no, 4 years on Valentine's Day, girls are supposed to ask the men out.
Every 4 years?
But I don't think they know that. I don't think they were updated.
You
on their
ladies need to
International Day.
change that to every day or every other day.
What, are you really that weak?
No, I'm just saying they need to.
I just feel like personally, there's a little bit too much pressure on the guys to
that's
do
what
this.
I'm. Yeah, I agree with them on that.
I mean, we're built up in a society where, or at least raised, to believe that we're supposed to be a part of something. You know, we're supposed to go through school, get good grades, earn a good living, get a family, which is, I mean, to a certain extent normal, but at the same time, it puts a lot of pressure on anybody, actually. But as far as guys are concerned, always put under the pressure, like, let's say, for example, prom. We have to go and we have to ask the girl out. I mean, on occasion you'll see in television series or in movies, hey, they go like, oh my God, you should ask Jeremy out, and Jeremy would be like, well, I don't know, I've already been asked by Sarah, and then they go cry a little bit. But it's quite the opposite. Guys go through that all the time, and it's hard.
So what Marshall's saying is, if you see that guy at the gym that you like, or at the cafe, or at Starbucks, or wherever you go, feel free to ask him out. There you go.
But I think what you should do is you should establish a friendship with a girl, and then have...
I knew he was going there.
No.
I could have bet my life. Let him
continue. Shut up.
And then, like, have this thing where, like, you know, today...
What do you mean by this thing?
I'm gonna ask a girl out, right? And the next day, you say you have to ask a guy out. And, like, you switch. And so it's like you've always got somebody asking out the man, and you've got the man asking out the woman.
Wait.
But not each other.
Okay, explain that again.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to explain that.
You have a guy and a girl who are friends.
Okay, we got
right?
that part.
And then you say, like, so to keep equality rolling,
yes,
you have your friend who's a girl ask a guy out on the first day, right? And the next day you find a girl and you ask her out, right? And then we alternate. So, like...
Now this sounds like just a competition already.
It's not a competition.
That's just a little bit complicated.
Yeah.
It's not, that's not that complicated. You know. Then you know women are asking men out.
So it's they take turns.
Now,
yeah.
A lot of girls or women would say that it's
good to know that girls are women. That's good to know.
No, I said or. You know, a lot of people think it's just as easy as 1, 2, 3, and okay, I ask someone out. If they say no, they say no, and if they say yes, well, perfect. I have an opportunity to do something with that. But at the same time, though, I feel like personally, us as guys, we put so much pressure on ourselves. It's not as easy as that. No.
Definitely not. No.
No.
I just don't think you can really establish a date, because what you think a date is could be
something to the other person.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like you're just going to the coffee shop.
I think what you gotta
do
is you've just gotta go with the flow. You know, just hang out with people, and hang out can become dating. Hang out could just be hanging out, and just go with it. Cause usually I would try to like establish this as a date, and it wouldn't work out very well. So now I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna hang out with people and
see where it goes.
See where it goes, exactly. Like George here.
So what you're saying
you
is
spilled that.
No, I did not. So what you're saying is you're gonna make a friendship and then ask them out. Sort of.
Yeah.
How is it working for you? How's it going?
You know, really.
How's your dating life going, Andy?
You know, what really grinds my gears, and you guys will probably be able to relate to this.
Okay.
Is that when you're in this weird abyss, this zone where you don't really know what's going on, you have feelings for the person, but you don't know how they feel about you, and
you can tell.
And someone.
Not always.
Not always, because
always.
You can tell.
No, but it's
look at their body language, see what they do.
To a certain degree,
Are their legs touching you?
Dude, yeah, but
let them
that's
finish.
Later on, though, it's not as definitive. There's always a point where there's this weird first date, and I saw this on the internet the other day. It's like 100% of guys on the first date, it's like they're just whatever comes to mind, they're just putting it on the table. They're like they're faking it until they make it, just so that they like as soon as they're done, they're like, oh my god, I don't even know
I'm
what to do with my
veterinarian.
Yeah, exactly. And then guys start acting normal after the first date. But just back to the point, though, there's this.
Yeah, but women do the same thing.
No, but there's this weird abyss, and for me personally, like to all the girls out there, like be honest. You know, if you see that a person is making like obvious signs of affection towards you, it's like shut it down. If you want friends, you make it friends. If you don't want friends, cool, then make that happen. If you want to be bang buddies, make it. No, like
I think he's referring to friends with benefits.
I don't really know what kind of messages we're sending on this show.
I don't even care. I'm just getting it out there that I feel like honesty,
the best policy.
It's the best policy, and it's the best thing to go by, because you can never go wrong with that. Because in the end of the day, I think that's where people get hurt the most, is when there's trust issues, when people are not telling the truth and they're holding back, always worrying about what the other person's feeling. But it's like, don't you think you're gonna hurt someone if you don't tell them how you truly feel? Don't you think that pain is gonna be more?
Well, I mean, but you can risk. Like, depending on what you are in the situation. Like, if it's just some stranger, then you don't risk much. Because you might never see them again. What happens if they're, like, your best friend? What happens if they're, like, a good friend of yours? You risk your friendship by doing that.
You know the song, like, Hooked on a Feeling?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that song. From Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, it's a good song.
There's just sometimes where you meet those people and it's like you're just hooked on a feeling.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's usually that feeling that guides you, and then, I mean, that could just take you down a weird road too.
Let me
It could.
Let me just go devil's advocate here. Let's just say the woman isn't, you know, she's not sure. Like, she doesn't know.
Okay.
Like, she doesn't want to take a chance because she doesn't know the person, you know what I mean? So maybe she's going to take it really slow or whatever.
But that's the reason why there are dates or meetings or hangouts, is to get to know the other person. If you don't give it a chance, you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And that leads me to something else. Is I've experienced this a lot in the past, and I've even gone by this myself. Is if I put myself in the iron sights again, it's like, cool, I might get hurt again. But at the same time, it comes down to, are you willing to give it that chance? So you might just be able to find that person.
That's what's happened to my buddy. He's been on the show once before, but he's been shut down so many times that he doesn't want to put himself out there anymore. So he's just like, whatever.
But see, I've had an ex-girlfriend like that in the past who, is just like, I'm really not sure about the dating thing. I don't think if I'm ever gonna get married in the first place. Like, I'm just too scared of getting hurt again, the whole shebang, and
See, that's dumb.
What do you mean?
That's dumb, thinking like that. I think what you should do is...
Oh, that's right, because you know that rough lovologist guy, right?
Yes, the rough lovologist. Please email the rough lovologist. He would like to give advice to all you desperate
He knows
people.
some love dating advice.
And he's the love man!
I'm not the rough lovologist.
He's the love man.
I'm not the rough lovologist.
love man.
Excuse me. I am not the
You know the Wizard of Oz? How he's like, I'm the almighty Oz, and then he opens the curtain, and then, oh shit, it's Andy.
No.
We're not revealing any of your secrets.
Yeah, we revealed this secret at least 6 times already on this show. Anyway, the point is, I think you've got to, like, believe that if it happens...
Believe in Santa Claus?
No!
Oh.
Andy, do you believe in love after love?
What?
Do you believe in love after love?
Okay, I'll let you
Continue
get
your
to point.
sentence.
I'm really enjoying this beer, by the way. Thank
That's
you.
good. I'm glad you're enjoying.
And that
That's
pizza's
mine
really
is
good.
mine. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Andy supplied us some blueberry beer.
Because you're a
That's
bitch.
not blueberry beer, George. I think you would know what that blueberry beer tastes like. It's not even beer. You're drinking a female drink.
Anyways, continue your
wine
damn
cooler.
sentence before I hit you with it.
Okay, anyway, so I think what you've got to do is you've got to think, like, if she says yes, great. If she says no, great.
So they're both great scenarios.
Yes! No, they're not great
No,
scenarios.
but what Andy's
but you're
getting at is
preparing
you
yourself.
gotta take it in stride.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Because you never know what's gonna happen.
And
you get
you
yourself
might not
so
even be
entangled.
asking them out. Like, maybe you're in a situation where, like, you can't ask the person out because you've asked them out so many times that they've said no, but yet they still hang out with you.
I feel like we're really like talking about other people indirectly because I was doing that.
And so is Andy.
Oh
anyways.
god.
Can we
Well,
not
I have
make this more blatantly obvious, please?
It's like a therapy
I have
session.
a-
It's like,
I
I'm not
have a
finished.
cold.
I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
finished.
it's been 23
I'm
years since
not
I came out of the womb, and let me tell you something.
Finished. The
Feels like
point
it's never gonna
the
end.
Happy
point
Woman's Day, everybody.
is, maybe you're in that kind of situation and it's like you're not actually asking them out anymore. You're basically waiting for them, but you're waiting for those signs. And if those signs come, you might think, oh, we're closer. Maybe we're not. Oh, maybe we're closer now. Maybe we're not. And the point is, just go with it. Go with the flow. Like, if it's like we're getting closer, great. If we're not getting closer, great. Just live your life. And don't worry about it so much. Because if you worry about it too much, you're not going to do anything about it.
Now, if the person says no, like I don't want to take this any further now, in your situations or whatever you've experienced in the past, do you hold on to that? Either intentionally or mentally.
Unless your friend or unless this person blows you off, I mean,
So,
I don't
so
wanna
you,
say-
you keep the friendship.
I don't. Yeah, well, like it depends. Like it can go 2 ways, right? She can either say that I never want to see you again, which kind of tells you that you should probably move on.
which kind of blows.
Of course it blows, but
International Women's Day, fuckers.
No, excuse me. Like, no. I mean, yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
There's two ways.
Not the way that. Yeah.
Continue your story.
Anyways, so, I mean, yes, if she doesn't want to be your friend, I wouldn't try to become her friend. I'd let her decide if she ever wants to be your friend again. If she doesn't want to be your friend again, that's
and what's the cutoff time that usually we decide, fuck it?
George, there's no cutoff.
No, what he's getting at is that he leaves it in her hands. Because therefore he has the power.
If she says she doesn't want to be friends with you,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't keep trying to be friends with her because she doesn't want to be friends with you.
But what's the time when...
If she realizes that she actually needs you as a friend, she'll come back.
Okay.
If she doesn't,
I understand
then you just go on with your life.
George is specific to the individual.
But
you have to feel it out. Like
I'm just saying.
There's no guideline because when you're in it, you know.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm trying to get at is, when does the guy move on? And let's say the girl's got a boyfriend. When does the guy move on?
Well, the guy... Well, you're talking about a different situation, though. We're talking about, like, if a friend decides not to be your friend anymore and because you're trying something else. But, your situation is...
But just throwing it back to a relationship, though, it's like, if you put yourself out there and, you know, the person is not either really feeling it or they're not sure or they have other plans in their future and they want to do their own thing and they want to be solo. I mean... The only thing that you can do as a guy, and I was speaking to one of the owners at my bar the other day, he says, man, you know what the best way to do it is? Leave it in their hands, be an absolute gentleman, check up with them once in a blue moon, and live your life.
Right.
And I couldn't agree more because that gives you all the power. There's no more suffering because you're not hanging on to a baitless fish hook, you know?
Exactly. All you can do is do the right thing. If she doesn't get that, or if she doesn't go the way you want, it's like, well, hey, I did everything I could and she didn't do it. Well then, like, that's not my fault. Is it really her fault? Maybe it's not, but the point is I did everything right. I didn't fuck up. If I fucked up, then that's my fault, but I didn't fuck up. I just kept going and I kept doing everything right, and that's what you gotta do with every person that you're interested in. Just keep doing everything right. If she doesn't figure it out, she doesn't figure it out. And if she figures it out, great. If she doesn't figure it out, great. Because all you did was the right thing, so you did nothing wrong.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Happy
Chillz.
Women's Day.
It's international.
International.
What did you say? It was Women's Day in?
That was awful. Awful. Awful.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
Awful.
No, I was messing with...
To answer your question, though.
What was my question?
About a girl who has a boyfriend or something?
Yeah. Just hypothetically.
I think...
Yeah, you're indirectly knocking on Andy's door. Cough, cough.
I said hypothetically.
Thank you for disclosing that.
I said hypothetically. I said hypothetically.
Oh, I hate all of you.
I said hypothetically.
Do
Anyway.
you think anybody's gonna watch to the end? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think-
I usually watch the first.
Peter
3 minutes
will.
and I give up.
Peter wants to hear the gossip about Loblaws.
There's no gossip about Loblaws in this.
You know, one
Anyway, George, to answer
one
your
time at
question,
band camp, I stuck a
really-
chicken on my butt.
I don't know exactly your situation, so what is your question? If your friend has a boyfriend?
If the girl has a boyfriend, does he move on?
Can I say this for you, George?
Yeah.
Cool. So, you're so difficult, man. Okay, so if there's a girl who you had a past crush on or interests in, you displayed that. They decided to, you know, turn the other way. They maintained a relationship.
Still a friendship.
But then they, friendship, yes.
Yeah.
But they decided to move on to another direction with another guy.
Yeah.
Do you cut that off? Do you maintain the relationship? Your take on that, even though we've somewhat established, you know, what you should do in a situation like that. Personally, Andy, George asks you this, and what you would do.
I think if this is a hypothetical situation.
Hypothetical. This is, you know, I just hear
Another
beer.
Do that.
Wait, are you actually finished?
No, I just wanted to do. Thor did that in the coffee shop in verse 1, and he smashed the coffee cup everywhere. and he
Please
liked the
don't
coffee cup.
smash anything in my house.
I won't.
hypothetically.
I think honestly, man, it could never be over.
What do you mean by never be
It could never be over. Like if she has a boyfriend, if she's married even. I'm not saying you should go this far and they have
So
children.
you're gonna keep stalking her when she's married? Or?
No!
No,
What
George,
I'm trying to
what
say
he's trying to say
is it can never be over.
Oh, there's still,
Yeah.
Like,
there's still
I
an emotion there.
I just finished one day, right? And it's about these two friends who are best friends and basically go separate ways and then get back together and actually fall in love. But when they actually fall in love, the girl, Emma, is already dating this other guy. And then she finds out that Dexter, who's her best friend, who she falls in love with, is in love with her. She drops the guy that she's been dating for like, I think a month. Because it's just like, this is what I've always wanted. I've wanted this kind of relationship. Dexter's ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. And so she drops everything. Am I saying that that's going to happen in every relationship that is like about a friend who has a boyfriend and you've basically been waiting? No.
Not really. No.
Yeah,
But
like there's a
saying
possibility, but
that,
it's very
yes,
small.
there's always a possibility. There's also a possibility that your friend who has said, I don't want to be friends anymore.
There's also a
will be
possibility
your
we
friend.
can get hit by a meteor right now.
Yes, George. I don't think, though, that you should focus on this so much. Like, if you have a friend who has a boyfriend, does that mean you move on?
Yes and no.
Yeah, exactly. And does it mean you stay?
Well, there's
Yes
still
and no.
there's still feelings, but at the same time,
Exactly.
you know your boundaries, and
Yeah,
that's
since
right.
you are a friend, you still
All
have to
you
respect
do is you do everything right. Maybe this guy
But
is a
what-
jerk. You don't know. All you can do is treat your friend like a friend, and if she sees that maybe this is the guy I've always wanted, then great. If she doesn't see that, she doesn't. You still act like
But
yourself.
what I really
You
like-
don't try to give her signs or anything.
No.
But you just live your life with this person. If they drop you, and then you can't really help them anymore. You can't do everything right for them anymore because they're not in your life. That's not your fault, though. You can only do everything right. That's why I think.
I think people tend to leave in hindsight also is that the two people are separate and they're at different points in their life.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
So-
exactly.
So even
Immaturity-
after years go by, it's like just relating to your story. You know, she could eventually lose interest in that guy and come to a place of, okay, that's what I'm ready for at this
She'd be
point
like,
in
this is
time
what
in
I
my
was
life."
missing all my life.
Exactly. You.
Well, not exactly missing, but
Missing, but
this is what
she
I
needed.
This is what I need now.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she needed.
exactly. The thing is, what they talk about, and at least with all these bad boy scenarios, is, you know, the girl will date the bad boy because she wants somebody who's unpredictable, somebody who doesn't have a schedule. It's just like, oh yeah, you want to hang out? No, sorry, babe, I gotta drink some beers. Oh, okay, let's go.
That's the way it always was in high school, though. It's like always the hottest chicks were with the fucking stupidest monkey wrench dickheads.
It is very true.
But they aren't the people that they're gonna marry. They're gonna marry the nice guy, but they gotta go
not
through all
at
the
all.
shitheads
Not-
before they get to the nice guy.
Yeah, they're just no. I was about to
Experimenting.
say something really bad there, but
Almost in a way, it's like they want to get off until, you know, they're just like, well, it's not really about sex anymore. It's
well,
more
we have
about,
to
like-
admit, like in high school, and you can even observe this now
Yeah.
from our age, that girls are way ahead of guys, and then it's like when it gets to 20s, it's like
Well, girls-
early 20s, like 20s, at like 19, you're like, holy fuck, like guys are somewhat ahead of the girls. I think.
Yeah.
And then around like 20, 23, 24, 25, it starts to equalize a little bit
Interesting,
because,
that's interesting.
man, when I was in grade 9, it was like the girls knew what they wanted to do. They knew what they wanted to do in university. They knew exactly what they wanted. You know, they had their own little bitch crew, you know. Oh my god, you look good, I look good. Oh my god, that other girl looks good. Let's go out together. And then, okay, next thing you know, they're banging David the football player.
Banging David the Football.
So, I mean, excuse my language and me being vulgar, but it is...
We've been
it is-
swearing constantly on this show. It's just,
Hopefully.
But at the same
But
time,
no,
though, it's like,
but-
I remember being in high school, and it's like, I always hung out with the kids a year younger than me because I felt like I was behind. That's like, that's
wow.
that's me. Like, I always, when I was in grade 10, I hung out with the grade 9, same thing with grade 11.
Interesting.
Right? And you know, now it's like, then eventually when I went to grade 11, grade 12, I started gravitating more towards the people who are more like me, like the nerdy crowd, the people who are more like down to earth and and completely themselves without having a care in the world about whatever other people thought.
Yeah.
And that's what you like.
That's like my buddy Sam.
I think if you're going, like, to make a recommendation, I think if you're going to date somebody, I mean, yeah, you can date people that are younger than you, but don't date people too much younger than you, because...
Such as what?
They're like...
Okay, what about this?
Dude, the difference between 20
I know a guy who's 50 and he's dating a 19-year-old. That's a little too much.
See, I think that's a bit too much, because the 19-year-old probably knows what they want. The 15-year-old doesn't.
Like,
no,
I
said 50.
Like, you guys...
50?
No, like,
50.
in the end of the day, like, it all really depends on values, because
yes.
for me at the age of, let's say, like what, I think I was 21 years old, I was dating someone who was like 17, 18 years old. You know, she was a cute chick, it was a good time, there was a place for her, we didn't really take it too far, but I eventually broke it off because I found that there was just such a huge imbalance of like, okay, she's going to high school right now and I'm trying to focus on what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I'm sort of like looking upwards like, shit, everybody's in university right now, everybody has a full-time job, everybody's trying to put money in their pocket, trying to get out of their parents' basement, while I'm sort of here being like, shit, I'm trying to do the exact same thing and I don't want to deal with girly girl and her high school homework. So... It just there's that
I see what you're saying.
There's that huge gap, but I feel like it's a little bit flip floppy until it gets around to the age of like 23 years old.
Yeah.
And then maturity starts to.
Well, yeah. Once you get 25, that's when you're mature.
It's almost like in high school, like it's just dating. Yeah, you fool around, do whatever you want. Like even middle school, elementary school might be kind of pushing it.
Yeah, quite pushing.
Elementary school,
they do crazy things in elementary school, right?
You know what I mean?
Anyway, the point is. Like, maybe that's when you're, like, just dating and fooling around, and then as you get older, as you get to university, it's like you actually want a serious relationship. Like, you want to find that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
It depends, because there's a lot of guys in university who just want to get some tail.
Yes, I know, there's that, too. But I think by university, or at least by a certain age,
you know what
you're done with fucking around. You're like, no, I want somebody that's going to stay forever.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point. So, like, if you date a high schooler and you're in your mid-20s, I don't think that's such a smart idea, because she is still on the fucking around section. She's still on the, like, fooling around, just doing whatever, like, nonchalant.
She still doesn't know what she's looking for.
You do. And so you're fucking yourself.
So true.
By just having her around, because
under the camera.
She's not ready for what you want. And you can't force her. There are girls that are mature, more mature for their age group.
Well, women do,
but not all of them.
Younger age, there's that insecurity where it's like, okay, well, an older man can provide for me, and if I'm good looking, then...
Yes, but see, that's the problem, because then that's where the men get used.
Oh, that's another topic. I hate when women are looking for guys just to fucking sap them for all the money they have. Or whatever.
I watched a comedian talk about this.
That's what I'm talking about.
Watch a guy go to like a 7-year-old like billionaire and be like, you know,
a 7-year-old billionaire.
I said a 7-year-old like billionaire or millionaire and be like, hey, what's going on? Like, let's get together. They sleep together. They eventually get married, and his only intention is to take her money. You rarely hear about that, but you hear about the gold digging, like.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, but I mean,
agree with that. Who is this comedian?
This is this is it's on Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But it's not Dave Chappelle, obviously. It's some other comedian. Okay.
It's some
Cool.
It's an Australian comedian.
Oh, interesting. I don't know many Australian.
Anyways, that's our show today, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Women's Day. International Women's Day.
International Women's Day. Just to throw it a little bit of...
Go for it.
I love you, everybody who's watching, especially the women. You're fantastic. You're the ones who drive us crazy and make us the happiest in our lives. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a good thing. That's just a mental statement.
Love you, women. Thank you for watching.
One more cheers.
With my empty bottle? Oh yeah, sure. Yes.
By the way, George is drinking a cooler.
I'm not...